Are live. Hi, everybody. This is Captain PhD online. We are going to do an improv show for you, which means we're going to make up scenes out of nothing, out of thin air. Well, actually, not exactly out of nothing, because we're going to be inspired by an interview from a PhD student, a real one who's studying social psychology at NYU. So that's very exciting. We are hosted by Washington Improv Theater, so big thanks to WIT. You can go to witdc.org to donate if you have some bucks and you feel like it. And yeah, we can start the show. Okay, we welcome the cast to the digital stage and have everybody on. Hi, everybody. These are the captains online for tonight. And we're gonna welcome our guest on. Yes, there we are. We have the guest. I think I can maybe even move the things around for you to be in the middle. I don't know if that worked. Technology, things are new. Awesome. Welcome, Usman. So we have with us Usman Liaquat, who is a PhD student at NYU studying social psychology. And yeah, so Usman, can you talk a little bit about what you're studying right now?
Of course. Thank you. Thank you so much to you, Beatrice, and the rest of the team for having me to talk about the research. And I'm also excited to see the improv that this inspires. Looking forward to that very much. I do research on a ton of stuff related to stigma, stereotyping, prejudice. And so there's a lot of thematic areas that I do research on, but the one that I want to talk about today and the one that I'm most excited about today is has to do with how people juggle the multiplicity of identities that they hold. So this comes of the idea that people belong to various social groups. So not only do you belong to a certain gender, not only do you belong to a particular social group in terms of sexual orientation and racial group, religious identity. So that there's all these various identities that you're simultaneously trying to project and manage. And my research, or the most current line of research that I'm interested in, looks at how you distance yourself or lean into an identity based on some of the feedback that you're getting from the social world about one of these identities. So when working with multiple identities, this can get really, really tricky really fast. So I'm going to try to break it down for you so that you can understand the phenomena that I'm trying to study. There's already this phenomena that's been studied a couple of decades ago in social psychology that's called identity interference. And identity interference happens when your attempt to enact one identity that you hold is thwarted by the presence of another social identity that you hold. So for instance, and this happens with women who are in STEM fields, right? So when a woman is trying to project herself as a scientist because of societal stereotypes pertaining to gender, her success in enacting the scientist role is thwarted in the perceiver's eyes because of her gender identity. The same thing happens with gay men, for instance. Because there's social stereotypes about how men are supposed to be physically dominant and fit and all of that, and the social stereotypes pertaining to being gay are kind of the opposite of that. I'm talking about societal stereotypes, right? That that person's going to be physically not that capable or physically weak. Things like that. So there's already a ton of stuff in the literature that looks at how people react to social feedback from the environment, about how much they embody one dimension of their identity. So for instance, there's already research on how men react to identity threats based on gender, right? This is also very I guess, intuitive in a sense, and we've seen this happen around us as well. Like when you threaten a man's masculinity, they have this tendency to double down and try to project their masculinity even more, right? So there's been like a lot of studies in social psychology where you threaten a man's masculine identity by making them engage in like a stereotypically female task by like braiding hair or like painting their nails. And then you tell them, you pretend that you're videotaping them, and then like these are undergraduate participants, and you tell them that their video is going to be shown to their peers as a part of like an intro to psych class. And then you see how they react to being, or how they react to being emasculated this way, so to speak. So like in all those studies, what you're doing is you're going in and you're threatening their gender identity, and then you're seeing how they reclaim that gender identity. So they do that by distancing themselves from feminine products, right? So if you tell them as compensation for participating in this experiment, you can, go to the ballet and like see a performance there, or you could go to a sports event. They have a tendency to pick a sports event, or baseball or football and whatnot. So in all of this line of research, you're operating along one identity dimension. So researchers go in, they threaten one dimension of identity, in this case, gender, and then they see how people attempt to reclaim that valued gender identity. But what hasn't been done yet, which is what my research looks at, is how when you're threatened on one dimension of your identity, how you would position yourself in terms of other identities that you have, right? So also work within social psychology in the American context, showing that the Asian identity is stereotypically perceived as feminine, right? And this work is specifically done in the context of dating and interpersonal interactions and such, right? So Asian individuals are stereotypically perceived to have like feminine characteristics, shy, soft-spoken, things like that. So with my research, what I did in this one big study that I just ran is to threaten or affirm the masculinity of an Asian man, an Asian American man, and then see what that threatening information about their masculinity or affirming information about their masculinity does to their relationship with their racial identity, which is stereotypically perceived as feminine, right? So the idea is that if you threaten an Asian American man's masculine identity, one way to reclaim that masculine identity would be to distance themselves from their racial identity, which is stereotypically perceived as feminine, right? Are you following the logic chain?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So within this experiment, this was a really fun, I had fun setting it up. But my RAs who were females, they also had a fair bit of fun threatening like men's masculinities. So the way we threatened masculinity in the context of this experiment was we had men, like our participants, take this bogus hand grip strength test. So you have what is called a hand dynamometer, which you have to squeeze really hard, and that tells you how much pressure in kilograms you can deliver through your hand grip. Okay. So we had half the participants take this hand grip strength test, and then we gave them bogus feedback about how their strength was close to the female average. And this was the masculinity threatening condition. And in the masculinity affirming condition, to the other half of the participants, we told them, okay, your hand grip strength test is like the results of your hand grip strength test tell us that your hand grip strength is close to the male average. So that was the masculinity affirmation condition. Okay. And then we also had we had not only had Asian American men as participants, but we also had white American men as participants, right? Because we wanted to compare whether this specifically happens, this distancing from racial identity specifically happens with Asian American men, because their racial group within America is stereotypically perceived to be more feminine, and this doesn't happen with white Americans because their racial group is perceived as gender neutral relative to other racial groups. So, for instance, and again, this is another topic. Like Black individuals are like hyper masculinized stereotypically within the American context. So again, the results of our experiment show that those Asian American men whose masculinity had been threatened tended to distance themselves from their racial identity and tell us or report back to us that their racial identity wasn't an important part of their self-concept, and that they also felt that their racial identity didn't influence a lot of their thoughts and behavior relative to those Asian American men whose masculinity had been affirmed. And this effect didn't happen with white American participants, once again showing that this is something specific to Asian American men because their racial group is stereotyped as being feminine.
Wow.
So I think with this study, again, there were some really big effects that we found, and we want to follow up with other groups where like there's stereotypic incompatibility, such as women in science, or women in leadership, or with gay men, again, as I talked about, having incompatible stereotypes where their gender is stereotyped one way and the sexual orientation is stereotyped another way. So we want to see what this threatening feedback from the world on one identity dimension does to people's juggling of other identity dimensions that they have.
Cool. Yeah, that was very interesting. I think I think we have enough for the show. Do you guys agree? Yeah, that was awesome.
That was incredible.
That was great.
That was
Yes.
Thank you for sharing.
so fascinating. I'm amazed. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we can all turn our camera off, and we'll do a 20-25 minute show for you all.
Excited.
I don't want to be mom today. Sorry.
Sorry, what? Can you repeat that, please?
Yeah, can you say that again?
Yeah, I don't want to be mom today.
Mom, you're mom every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still kid.
Today I'm Sandra, and I know you're all flapping those baby bird beaks at me. I know you need some num nums for lunch, but today I'm my own person. I'm gonna paint my nails. I'm gonna do some math problems, and can't do that if I'm busy with you folks.
Mom, you don't get to take a vacation for being a mom.
Yeah.
I think 364 days a year, I'm mom. So I think one day out of the year, I think it's perfectly fine for me to push that to the side.
Mom, you go.
What if you guys weren't kids today? What if you guys marched out, drove my car, and saw an R-rated movie?
Mom. See, you just answered. I said mom and you looked at me. So
Oh no,
She tricked you.
It's a forced habit.
She tricked you.
She tricked you.
Gotcha.
Hey,
You're tricked.
Mom, she tricked you.
stop
She
it.
tricked you.
Okay, fine then. If I'm a mom today, that means you're all kids today, which means you can't see that R-rated movie.
None of us said we were going to see an R-rated movie, Mom. That was
We're not interested
you.
in
That was your
movies.
imagining what we would do.
Yeah.
We're good kids. You raised us good.
Yeah. We don't want to see adult movies. We just want to have PB&J.
Mom, why are you crossing out our faces in the family portrait?
It's just for today. This is an expo marker. Okay? It's just for today.
That's why you bought that expo marker? I was wondering.
I'm imagining a history here where I became a famous soccer player instead, because sometimes you gotta do that or else you explode, right? I mean, if you weren't a kid, what would you do? You'd probably...
I don't know. Well, because you mentioned soccer, I do actually want to remind you that you have to take me to soccer practice later today. So if you're not mom, I can't go. So
yeah, I have piano lessons later. You paid a lot of money for them. You keep telling me that every time you drive me.
You're right. You're right. I paid a lot of money for those piano lessons.
Yeah.
What if
have tap dancing?
God damn it!
I have
How did I book
chess
all of you
club,
on Wednesday?
Mom. You told me I could get a scholarship if I did chess club. I'm in chess club, Mom.
Yeah, we know you're in chess club, Rod.
Yeah,
All
we
you
know.
talk about.
You don't have to put it in our face all the time.
And nice t-shirt, by the way, Rod. Clearly you ordered a custom-made one.
Well, checkmate.
Hey, be nice. Be nice.
Oh, Mom, you did a mom thing.
No,
By asking us to behave.
Anyone.
You
Even a
got
famous.
tricked. You got tricked by us being foolish kids.
Even a famous soccer player would tell kids that we're if a famous soccer player saw a kid bullying another kid, I'm sure they would say something, or else they're not a soccer player, they're just a bad person.
Hey, Mom.
I'm not falling for that again.
I lost a finger.
I'm not stressed.
She's bleeding.
About that.
It really hurts.
She's bleeding actively, Mom.
I'm not even concerned.
I tried to get your attention.
Not even my concern.
Everywhere.
Mom, she did it on purpose. That's concerning.
That's not today. It's not, because today I have a margarita. And I'm gonna go kick around a ball.
She collapsed, Mom.
She just fell on the floor.
Mom.
Mom, your insistence on the multiplicity of your identity is endangering your children.
Okay, you know what? Maybe in another history, I was a CPR lady. So go do some CPR on this stranger.
She doesn't need CPR. Her finger's bleeding, and it's your child.
Well, she's passed out. I don't know that because I didn't get to be the CPR lady. So how was I supposed to ever learn that you don't do CPR in a severed finger?
Mom, I just want to say, when you scream like that, you really sound like a mom.
And scene.
Hey, pledges. Chad and Bradley, get in here. All right. Just wanted to have a conversation with you boys. It's our big rush weekend coming up. I figured we could just take some time right now to, talk about how we feel going into rush week.
I'm not talking about my feelings.
I've just been... What's it called when your eyes sweat?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I think
those are tears, man. Those are tears.
Yeah. Been doing some of that. What's it called when your heart beats faster when you think about somebody, and then that somebody says they don't want to talk to you anymore, and then all of a sudden all you want to do is sweat from your eyes and watch porn.
Bro. Anxiety, dude. I mean, I think it's anxiety. What do you think, Chad?
I wouldn't know. I don't feel. Is that a problem?
Man, I mean, we're trying here. We're really trying to like set ourselves up, for success this weekend. We want the dudes to know that we contain multitudes, right? Or
I
else
don't know. I just want to show that I have no emotions and I'm just strong because I have no emotions.
Hey, what's it called, Chad, when you tell everyone that you're taking a piss, but then you go into the bathroom and you make all these like whimpering noises? What's that called, huh?
I wouldn't
Is
know.
that a feeling?
That sounds like having trouble peeing.
Did you
Bradley,
have a kidney stone, Chad? Oh, I'm sorry, you were talking.
waiting, Bradley, about Chad. Did you hear something? Should we be concerned as brethren?
What I'm saying is, before pledge week, maybe it's in our best interest to let it all out now so that we can return to our casual stoicism later.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, man. When those pledges get in here, they'll know we mean business because we got it all out of our system. So, I mean, Chad, I don't want to see you in 2 weeks flipping out in the bathroom again because you didn't confide in us right now.
Dude, we say we will never talk about the time I flipped out in the bathroom and you just talked about it. That's not a thing I'm willing to talk about.
Hey, what's it called when we slowly chip away at Chad's masculinity until we unearth some sort of truth about his inner self that he's repressing?
Sounds like called fucking around.
Yeah.
Is it doing the work? Is that what you call it?
I think there's a book by some chick with tits.
Is it leaning in? No.
Well, I don't care what it's called. I'm gonna have this beer, go through pledge week, get admitted, be the strongest man.
I think that's what lean in is about. I think it's about how women can be more like men.
And
Right?
scene.
10-4, 10-4. I am on the scene responding to a case of social interference. Sir, you're both gay and a man. I'm gonna need you to pick one, okay? Or else I'm gonna take you down the county.
I'm sorry. What?
Sir, I can't hear you, okay? Whatever you're mumbling. We're on U Street, it's 4 a.m. It's loud, but I gotta be able to hear you or else I gotta take you to lockup.
I'm so sorry. It's why I'm sorry, sir, but why are you what law am I breaking, sir?
It is DC code section 402-405-67933, social interference. We do not allow multiplicities of identities in this jurisdiction. So I just need to either, you gotta tell me if you're a man or if you're gay. I'm sorry, I got a little frog in my throat. You gotta tell me if you're a man or if you're gay.
Okay, well, first of all, the fact that you just walked up to me on the street and assumed that I'm probably gay was offensive, although you are correct that I am gay.
Sir, you're wearing a shirt that says gay pride. Okay? I can read.
Yeah, I could be an ally. Anyway.
Yeah, do those really exist? I believe in unicorns too. I haven't seen one yet.
Okay. I don't know. Listen, sir. So you're okay. I just want to understand where you're coming from here. You're
I'm bringing them in 10-4.
You're doing what?
I'm talking on the radio. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So you believe gay women exist, just to clarify?
I'm not sold on that either.
So what type?
Their stories keep switching. Sometimes they say they do, sometimes they say they don't. I don't know. It gets confusing.
What type of gay person do you believe exists?
I'm not sure any of them do, to be honest. You know,
Okay.
I've heard about the pandas and the penguins. I think I believe in gay penguins.
Okay, so you believe that if you're gay, you must be a penguin. It's not possible for you to be either a man or a woman. I'm going to go out on a limb here and guess that you don't believe in trans people, though.
I think maybe with the penguins and the pandas still.
Okay,
you know, until they change, I'm just a beat cop.
Got it.
You know,
you believe
until they change the laws.
Got it. You believe in trans penguins, not humans.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I've seen that. I can believe in that.
Listen, okay, officer, I understand. Look, you're clearly in your 50s. You come from a different generation. I'm 18. I'm Gen Z. Love TikTok. So it's obvious that like we come from a different background. Something that is sort of a new concept is this thing called intersectionality. So like,
whoa. Okay. I'm taking notes. Go ahead.
Well, you're not taking notes. I can see you. You're holding a microphone. Yeah, so you can be both gay and a man or a woman. I mean, you have multiple aspects of your identity, right?
Maybe is this something they do in Virginia and Maryland? I'm just a beat cop. That's my identity. Okay. That's what I filed as.
I think that's a lady beat cop over there.
Where? I gotta go.
Is that a feminine cop?
A feminine cop.
A feminine cop?
Holy shit.
Who are you two? Why do you have binoculars?
Well, we're part of the Singular Identity Pride
Coalition.
Is that what this? I was wondering why there were so many people wearing fanny packs on the street, but now it makes sense.
And I got a visor on. What's it to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're part of Singular Identity Pride?
Absolute
Coalition.
So who are you? What are your things?
Well, that's it. She's Karen, and I'm also Karen. We're both Karen.
And that's your whole identity? You don't have anything else?
Nothing else.
What kind of food do you like?
See, I could not. Every morning I eat this white gooey mass, so that it cannot be identified as any specific type of food.
That's absolutely right. And the only thing we have hanging up in our houses are live, laugh, love signs. No one can identify us.
Also, I know I look white, but technically I was dropped on the church steps as a baby, so I don't even know my ethnic past. So really, my single identity is that I am a woman.
When you say dropped on the church steps as a baby, do you mean you were left there, or do you mean your parents who you grew up with accidentally dropped you once?
Well, you know, I don't remember. It was all a blur, my babyhood. So
it sounds like your parents dropped you on your head, which has nothing to do with your race.
And so what if they did drop me on my head? Maybe that's my singular identity. Dropped on.
So you're Karen
babies.
And that.
Oh shit! They caught me. They caught me, Karen. I'm running away.
We're gonna have to kick her out of the club now. The coalition.
I just feel like this is so limiting. I feel bad for you.
Oh, don't pity the singular identity people. We got life made. We've got all the privileges that come with being a singular identity.
You know what I like?
What
I like The Sopranos and Selling Sunset.
And Scene.
Hey, I know we're just here like doing experiments on the mice, but I just want to say that I actually really enjoy it. Like I really enjoy actually kind of like killing mice. That's it. I just wanted to put it out there. Like I know it's for like a scientific purpose, but I also like really appreciate like looking at a little mouse being helpless and slowly dying from my hands. Like, I love it. That's, yeah, we can go back to work, but I just
Doesn't really seem like you have a maternal instinct, Clara.
Yeah, actually, I don't care. I just
I've always found as a manager to, be assigned to stand a manager, it really helps to be a mother. The mice are my kids.
Oh, yeah, they die every night. So as a mother, you're not doing a good job.
They live for as long as their life was meant to be. Blessed be.
Oh, so you're a religious scientist?
I am a mother inspired by the word of the Lord and of science. These are not incompatible identities. Some small-minded people might tell you they are, but they're not.
Well, yeah, I thought it was weird because I thought I was like, oh, like I'm just like a scientist and I like actually kind of love killing mice, but I guess everybody has their thing going on in this lab, so I guess it's fine. I'm glad I got it out of my chest. Yeah.
Where do you derive pleasure? Is it breaking the necks? Is it putting the needles in? Where's the fun?
I think like really just seeing them being helpless and then dying is like makes me feel so powerful. I'm like, I know like I shouldn't enjoy it, like it feels a little bad, but I love it. Yeah. I mean to just like disrupt your work day. I just wanted to.
No, I'll just be over here praying for you. Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. I don't mind if you do that.
You know what I like? I like social conflict.
That's great.
Yeah, so like everybody's getting something out of this lab. That's great.
Yeah.
It's I guess we could give you credit, our manager and mother and religious scientist in charge for really putting together a team that's very odd but weirdly works well together.
We have the best results of any lab at the university, I really feel like we're all God's creatures. We may not all end up in heaven, but I love you all here on earth.
Yeah, definitely these mice are not going to heaven, I'm just saying.
The mice will end up in heaven.
Okay.
I know I'm a mouse, but I also, crazy enough, I really like bath salts.
Wow, that makes me feel so good because I thought I was like kind of a bad person, like putting you in a bath salt all the time and like kind of enjoying you like slowly die from them. But wow, you actually like it.
Yeah, I'm having a really good time here. So I just, wanted to tell you all you're doing a really good job.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. Wow, that's cool. That's wow. I guess that's, that makes me even happier.
Hey, I'm so sorry to just like jump in here. I know it's like crazy because I'm just a little mouse, but I just wanted to say that I love just like being cuddled like I'm a little baby by my mommy.
I will take you into my bosom, little mouse, until they need you for science.
Thank you.
And then I'll kill you. No offense. It's part of the job. But
I don't like that.
You don't like it?
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's kind of what you're here for. So I don't love that you don't like it, but I really actually like that it's happening.
You're contributing to God's work. We're curing diseases here. It's a wonderful thing you're doing.
I'm a religious mouse.
Cool. You're gonna die either way. So.
Oh, that's not gonna go over well with our atheist mice coalition.
That's true. They have made a coalition.
They have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I for the record, I'm part of that. And I, for the record, as a representative of that community, do not like it.
Yes.
Well, I will keep praying for all of you. I think whether or not you recognize the Lord, he recognizes you. So it
James,
doesn't hurt my feelings.
James, it's your time actually to get on my chopping board because I have to open your belly. So you can say bye to your friends. You're going to meet your best friend, God, soon.
I'm jealous, but not too jealous.
Oh, hello, it's me, God. Did I hear someone talk of my name?
Hi, God, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Are there two little mice that are ready to come to heaven and complete their purpose on earth?
Holy
Yeah.
shit. I hereby resign from the Mouse Atheist Coalition. What the fuck?
I'm ready.
All right.
The Lord, who we
Bye,
all know is a
motherfuckers.
giant ball of cheese. I accept your grace.
What? The mouse just committed suicide and did not even get the pleasure of killing it. What
Did
the
anyone
fuck?
else?
Oh, but he was saved directly by God.
I'm trying to choke myself with my little mouse hand. Please kill me. I can't reach my throat.
I will happily do that.
Please.
Yes, my children, come to me.
That was kind of nice, I gotta say.
And scene.
All right, arm wrestling. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, well,
Hey.
ahead.
Can I wait? Were you gonna say something before I go?
No, I just was going to say this is it. This is the sign of who's the most masculine on earth. That's
Hey.
it.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
can I ask you a question though before we arm wrestle?
Okay.
What's the is there a word for when you suddenly realize that everything that you valued for your entire life is based on kind of like a false construct of an identity, and that this whole time your best friend was right in front of you, and if only you had taken a moment to realize that you should love each other rather than trying to one up one another and destroy them, perhaps you could have had a life full of joy and beauty.
Did this happen because you went to the ballet this week instead of the baseball game with us?
Yeah, and it was
What?
He
What
just
the fuck, guys? You didn't wait for me for the pledge
arm
arm
wrestling.
wrestling, and now James is talking bullshit about feelings.
I wasn't moved by the ballet, if that's what you're asking. I didn't realize emotion could be expressed through movement that way, if that's what you're asking. Fuck.
All right.
Is actually the case.
This is kind of killing the mood. Can we just get back to arm wrestling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's never talk about feelings again. We're just here to like show we're strong.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3.
Hey, just a quick vocabulary question before we get into the arm wrestle. Is there a word for like maybe realizing that the people who you've chosen to surround yourself with in your life perhaps aren't the best influence, and maybe you've only valued them based on a false ideal, but there are other people who you could prioritize in your life instead who would support the beauty inside you? And
Bro,
also a nutcracker?
Bro, I say you're not pledging anymore.
What?
You don't want to pledge anymore.
Oh no. I want to pledge for sure. Yeah.
Do you or do you not want to pledge for the social psychology fraternity Stigma Tau Delta?
Um. No, I don't want to.
Well,
I
there
feel
it
like
is.
you're denying things about yourself. I mean, Brad, you're an incredible baker.
Wait, you tried my cookies?
Of course I tried your cookies.
Well, I
And
thought no one ever ate them, so.
of course I tried your cookies. And Trent, you're the
Which Trent?
most
Which Trent?
Trent
There's two
P.
Trents. Oh, Trent
Trent
C.
P.
Oh, P. Oh, P. That's you.
Trent P, not Trent C.
Oh,
Trent P. You have the most beautiful baritone I've ever heard.
what about me? What about Trent C?
Trent C, you have the most incredible. Honestly, I think you might just be a dude, Trent C, if I'm being honest, but the other two of you do have very complex identities.
Wow. Well, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Yeah.
I'm here to deliver the medal to the man who is the most man.
Oh, it's me. It's Trent.
Oh, sweet. You win, Trent C. Bro. Huh. Huh, huh.
And that's our show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, can everybody come back on? And Usman, can you come back for a second to let us know how we did on the social psychology side of things?
I feel like there are a lot of like intersectional and multiple and singular identities going on there.
That's true. Yeah.
That was nice.
Cool. Thank you so much. Yeah,
Yeah.
Usman, you wanted to say one last thing before we close this live
Yes.
show?
I just want to say that we don't take any pleasure in dissecting mice. Just to make that like explicit here. I also don't do research on mice.
Thanks
so
for
funny.
clarifying. This was absolutely made up. Nothing condoned by the New York University. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream now. Thank you everybody for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.